we eventually got this invitation to go to the land. Wow. So we got to the land. Well, once I tasted the water off the rip, I'm just like, oh.
It's different.
I'm like, I know what I'm about to do with this. I'm about to take this and run with it. But at the same time, I knew that I still had a lot to learn. So I knew it cost a little more than the regular average water that I even myself had been buying.
Yeah.
I realized like, all right, let me take a couple months to do my own research so I can articulate the value of this water to the people so they know what they got and why it costs a little more, but why it's worth, you know, and a priceless value on it. Because your health is priceless. You feel me? At the end of the day.
That's right.
But so a couple months went by. I'm going through my little woes with the financials because of the lack of the motion within this pandemic.
Yeah.
Everything I was doing was physical before the pandemic. Events, speaking engagements, school programs, selling vendorships, like selling skincare products, clothes, artwork. All of that had got shut down. Yeah. So a couple months went by, and I'm really like trying to stay legit, and I'm like, I'm about to call some of the homies like what it looked like for real. But I poised myself, took some breaths on a couple different days that I needed to, and I realized like, let me just take my time. So one of the things, I think it was that first, what's it called? The stimulus check.
Yeah.
I think it was like $1,200 on the first one. Yeah. I took half of it, paid up some bills and whatnot, and the other half I bought some stocks. Put like $600-700 up on stocks. And mind you, I'm just learning this at the time. Fast forward, I got to a day, it was like, man, I had like $3 in my pocket, like $4 in my bank account, while not knowing where my next dollar coming from. And I was kind of getting into a worry mentality a little bit, but then I realized like, I ain't got nothing to worry about. I got a roof over my head. I just spent some of my money to get some food. And I'm like, cause I was thinking about, look, I'm about to cash out my whole portfolio.
I feel you.
And next thing I know, that next day, my stock joint went crazy. It skyrocketed, you feel me? I woke up, I'm thinking like, it's a glitch or something. Like my joint was up like 800%, my whole spreadsheet, you feel me? And then I was just learning about stock options. I had some stock options out there at the time. Them joints went from like $100-200 contracts that I was able to flip for like $1,000-1,500. It was just a blessing. So anyway, I ended up taking some of that money, bought some more stocks, bought some more options that I don't know who, for those who know stocks or don't know, like the options is basically betting on the rise or the fall. So that's how I won that first week. So I put it back down for that next week, and I lost about half of what I had won.
Hey, that's how it be though. Yeah.
But what happened after that? So I eventually got to a point where I was like, me and my brother, we was establishing our own LLC, and we was going to develop our own water brand and use the source. And I realized, like, I'm telling my brother, like, man, I don't think I got time to wait for all that. Like, I'm about to go ahead and jump off with the water, that live alkaline water, as is, ready to go. So I ended up having, just enough money. Matter of fact, it was some outstanding debts that I had to like, I need something. And that gave me enough money to get through a couple more weeks, get some gas money to go out to the land. And I'm in such a mentality that I'm spending some of my last money I got to go to the land, to work for free. They had like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 gallon orders. And I just went out there to contribute however I could. I ain't asked what I'm getting, how much you paying me, what I'm getting. No, I just went out there to contribute and be of value and build relationship. I did that 2 days that week. Next thing I know, they gave me 20 free gallons just to run with. And I'm thinking I got something at the time. So I'm on the way home with these 20 gallons, not knowing what I'm going to do, how I'm going to sell it. And thank God, they had a couple clips online where it was one news coverage saying it was the first black-owned water company to get into a Walmart. That was big. And then there was another one talking about being an essential product during the pandemic. So I took those two clips, posted them, the rest was history. Them 20 gallons was sold in like an hour. By the time I got back to the land, I'm like, however much I can fit in this car, I need, cause it's clicking. Like, got like 80 gallons in there. That was sold in like 3 days.
Wow.
Got 80 more, same thing. And next thing I know, the rest was history. Like, so I mean, it basically chose us. So I was just blessed and honored to be, you know, ready when the opportunity presented itself.
That's right.
And willing to sit down and prepare myself to get ready for the bigger things to come, you know. So yeah, I just received a blessing that God aligned for us, and, you know, figure out how can I do my part to make my contribution to developing this greater vision and getting this resource to the people.
Man, I felt that, bro.